So it's early on Sunday morning. She's howling. He's barking. And they're probably waking anybody up. Because the sound carries over the river. I mean, you see there's not much out there. There's a couple of houses there. What do you got to say, Ellie? A couple of houses over here. But they have little dogs too, so they're awake.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Alright, so huge, big game, exactly the way we expected it to be at the beginning of the season. Panthers, Lightning, duking it out for first place, right? Huh? Come on, who had that? None of us. So, Bobrovsky's in net today, alright? I know a couple of people were kind of, thinking about maybe putting Drieger in there on the heels of his shutout. We're going to need him down the road. Bobrovsky's fresh. We got to keep rotating these guys. And don't get me wrong, Drieger played a hell of a game, but you got to continue to send a clear message to Bob that he's the number one, the way he's been playing. So I'm fine with that move. I said something at the end of yesterday's recap. I wasn't sure if Tampa had played. I thought they'd be rested today. They did play yesterday, kind of. They had a 4-0 lead over the Blackhawks by the end of the second period. So they had an easier game, we'll put it that way. They probably did not have to expend the same amount of energy they did, that we did. But that's the trifle difference. They played, we played. So nobody is overly rested. We'll just put it that way. That's a huge thing to our advantage. Normally you don't find a lot of teams on the same ends of, both teams doing back-to-backs, but with the condensed season, it's a little bit different this year, so I was happy to see that. No lineup changes the rest of the way. I'm gonna tell you, I'm looking to see Owen Tippett have himself a game today. The Lightning's gonna come out. They want to kind of shut down Barkov and Huberdeau. I like to see Tippett kind of take that game over. Not take the game over, but take his shifts over. When he gets going, man, he's definitely a top 6 talent, but he's in that bottom 6. I'd like to see him have a hell of a game, and I just kind of have a feeling. Kind of like Jeff had a feeling yesterday. If you missed Jeff on Twitter, tweeted out before the game that Drieger was going to get a shutout and Duclair was going to get a goal and an assist. And so I asked him for the lottery numbers, but he's keeping those to himself. So maybe we are going to, maybe we can get him to, give us up 1% when he wins those lottery numbers. So, other than that, 4 o'clock game, man. I got a nap in today. But, yeah. So, if we lose, there's no ranting and raving. But, huge, big game, obviously, in the standings. We're 2 points back. We got the same amount of games played. We play them today and then 3 more times, including the last game of the season. So, if we lose in regulation today, it's going to really start looking tough to talk about that top seed. I hate to say, overtime is okay. If we can get to overtime and get 2 points, I'm good with that, considering the competition that ekes us a point further. But any combination of events that doesn't end up with us further behind at the end of this game is what I'm okay with. So Bobrovsky is going to have to be stone cold. All right, let's get it done. All right, so 1-1 after 1. Let's just get it right out of the way. Keith Yandel. So Hockey Rob tweets out that somebody needs to electrocute Keith Yandel. And for some reason, I read it as execute. But either way, I thought he had fixed this problem. I gave him credit the first couple games I was back. I thought he had gotten those forearms stronger so he could handle the puck at the blue line better. Apparently not. Didn't cost us a goal because Bobrovsky's been playing like a madman. But we can't have those giveaways, number one. Number two, if we're coming down and we've got numbers, you know, like a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-1, and Tampa's trying to get back, shoot the puck. Okay, they have a good defense. They have a great defense. They're not going to allow us to be passing all over the place. Shoot the puck, then try to pop the rebound, and if you get one. And we got McElhinney instead of Vasilevsky, so we catch a little bit of a break there, and boom, we make it 1-0, and like a half a second later, Tampa comes down the ice and ties it up 1-1. I like the pace to the game, but we got to play a little bit better, a little bit tighter on defense. But Mackenzie Weegar I'm telling you, it looks like the dude is taking something before the game, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but he is just jacked up for these games. I love to see it. As much crap as we give Dale Talon, Mackenzie Weegar, you know, that was a hell of a pick. We picked him, right? I don't know. Somebody's going to say, you know, we didn't pick him, but I'm pretty sure we did, because he seems like a Talon type of guy. At least, you know, every dog has his day. I'm going to give Talon a little bit of credit there where credit is due. Weegar has turned out to be a beast. Let's move on to the second period. So 2-2 after 2, and here's the good news. Hopefully the refs have shot their wad, all right? Because just what a horribly officiated second period. You know, you had to call the hook on Lomberg, but just that how can you tell if it was offsides or not? The Weegar's in the air, over the line, down on the line, maybe not on the line. That entire rule is just crap. I mean, it had no effect whatsoever on whether or not we scored or not. And I don't see any way they could have conclusively found that he was offsides. I'm sure Tampa Bay people feel differently, but we didn't really get that long of a look at it, but neither did the refs. So we had to tie it twice. Gustav Forsling. Absolutely love this kid, man. The dude is just straight up pure energy. What a great hockey player. I'm going to enjoy. He's got to stay, okay? Him and Verhaeghe, the two new guys that absolutely have to stay. Other than that, Bobrovsky's doing a hell of a job. I think we're going to win this game. I think Bobrovsky's going to shut the door the rest of the way. That's just my thought. And I still say Owen Tippett's going to do something here, okay? He's been playing well. And for a moment there, I thought maybe let's move him up. Let's shuffle some of those lines. I thought Q was going to do the line blender thing. But then we got 2 goals, and only one of them counted. But we'll take it. It is going to be a chippy third period. Let's move on and finish this off and get 2. By 3 Tampa. Now, yes, I know Tampa's obviously a good team. Yeah, I know we might have scored a goal there that the refs waved off. Not the offsides. Apparently that was offsides. The second one where the puck was almost guaranteed to be over the line, but we couldn't see it because McElhinney's pads covering it. But this exposed us. A couple of places. Keith Yandel is still Keith Yandel. I know he got, you know, the assist on the shot there that Hornquist tapped in. You know, but his puck handling skills, and he's just a freaking massive defensive liability, and we got exposed. And second part, I'm going to start agreeing with some of you guys about Wenberg. You know, against lesser competition, he looks pretty good. But when push comes to shove against the top big guys, he had a horrible game today. I mean, just missed opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And so I'll have to agree with you there. There's a hole there at 2C. And I hate to pull Verhaeghe off of that top line. But I was starting to think, why don't we put Chari at 2C and give that an opportunity? I mean, we saw what he did at the top line last year, right? So, and it can't be worse. So we got exposed in 2 spots today, absolutely. And I know I saw at the end here there's some complaints about Marchment being out there in the power play unit. At the end, not sure if Weegar was still in the box or not at that point. Not sure. He had 4 minutes with 6-something left. So it might have been one of those things where at the start of that, Uyghur was still in the box and Marshman was on. I don't know exactly how that worked out timing wise, but I obviously agree Marshman shouldn't be out there in that second power play. He shouldn't be out there in the power play at all. But you know, we're trying. The game got chippy. I was right about one thing, right? Tippett didn't score. We didn't get 2 points, but the third period was chippy. We saw a lot of action. The bummer part here is that we got them when they played yesterday, just like we did, but we got their backup goalie and we still blew it. We still lost. We couldn't even squeak out a point. So, what this does is this pretty much puts that top seed, and I don't know. You know, Carolina made that run, and now they've cooled off, and now we've lost 2 out of 3, and here comes Tampa, and now they're 4 points ahead of us, and with what? 25 games left, it's not undoable. We still have 3 more games against them, but basically we would have to sweep all those games and stay even with them the rest of the way. That's not likely to happen, that we're going to beat them 3 times in a row like that. So I think what this one does, you know, barring anything miraculous, I think we just welcome to seed number 2 versus number 3, whichever one that ends up, and that's probably us playing Carolina, which is exactly what we didn't want. But I mean, we wanted to make the playoffs. You got to beat the best teams. You know, if you want to win the cup, we're gonna have to beat Carolina or Tampa or both of them. And with this loss, probably looks like both of them. So, Bobrovsky was Bobrovsky. Can't really blame it on him. His rebound control in the third period was not good. We'll leave it at that. He looked a little bit shaky there to me. And that's what I said yesterday about Drieger. In the big games, I trust Chris Drieger to be stone cold a lot more than I do Bob. Bob gets shaky. He gets nervous. He makes me nervous. He makes us all nervous because he's all over the place. Drieger just stands there. I mean, and it works. You know what I mean? And I know that that's oversimplifying the thing, but I trust Drieger more in these big games. And we might have to see that. Not that this is Bob's fault, don't get me wrong. But something about Drieger's style of play just works better. Look at the goals against. There's no argument there anymore about that. We play better with Drieger, or Drieger is better. It doesn't freaking matter. It's a goal a game less, basically. And those are the differences between top seed and third. So, absolutely disappointing to see. The refs did not have a great game there, including the last call where it gave us a power play. Huberdeau was kind of looking around like, I'm not going to the box. Okay, cool. Didn't help us out any. And then the last minute and a half, from 1:40 to about 30 seconds left, we had puck possession, and I don't think we had a shot on goal. And that's just absolutely disgusting. This is no words. This is no words. You have to shoot the freaking puck. And we're back and forth with Yandel, Ekblad, Huberdeau. And Ekblad was clearly exhausted. I don't want to make excuses for the kid. He played 30 minutes yesterday. Who knows what he took, how many minutes he took today. And then he had that cross-check early in the game. He was clearly off. Hopefully he gets some rest and he's okay. But you gotta shoot the puck. If you got Marchman out there in the power play trying to deflect goals, trying to cause havoc in front of the net, shoot the friggin' puck. And we just didn't do it. We just didn't do it. We blew the game 5-3. Got to give credit to Tampa. That's a hell of a team, man. They keep coming at you in waves and waves and waves, and we're just not there yet. Not at Bob. You know, Bob's going to have to play absolutely stone cold lights out. That's the only way we're going to beat Tampa in a 7-game series is goaltending. And they didn't even have Vasilevsky today, so let's not even go there. That's enough for today. So what do we got? We got Tuesday, Thursday against the Blackhawks. That should be, Blackhawks are kind of reeling a little bit, but they're going to be desperate because now they're out of that 4th seed. But we've pretty much played well against them. I expect us to come back and get some points out of those games. We've lost 2 out of 3 now, and that's got to be kaputs on that. We got to start putting another 4 or 5 game win streak together. So. I'm sure there's a couple things I'm forgetting to say, but the video's long enough. Absolutely disappointed. 5-3 Tampa. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate everybody's support. Like, share, subscribe. And like I said, I have a special... I got something coming up here in the next week or two. I'm going to have an announcement about what I'm putting together. That's going to be different than what you see on this channel, but exclusively for Panther fans. At the start, anyway. Eventually, it may get into NHL stuff, but that's a surprise coming up. Probably I should have an announcement either, not Thursday, but maybe by the weekend, by next weekend, I'll let you guys know what it is. So, thank you all for watching. I'll see you again on Tuesday.